Hi guys, just want to give you another update on my 15-gallon Flex. I'm getting a little closer to completion here. I'm gonna try to do this video in one take and try to not make a hot mess out of it. So after my algae bloom on this tank, and it totally destroyed me, and I thought I lost fish and everything, and I thought about just getting rid of this tank altogether. I I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do and reset the tank and just my vision for it. I had 6 white clouds left over. Those are the only fish that made it. Um, and 5 pygmy quarries. They're in here as well. So I started thinking, you know what? Let's go ahead. I love the pygmy quarries. My pH. I live here in Florida, just north of St. Petersburg, Florida, and the pH is pretty high around here. The water's pretty hard, and they do come from softer acidic waters. But they can actually survive in anywhere from like a 6 to an 8. And my pH is around an 8, 8.2. So I thought I should start lowering my pH over time. That's something not normally that I would want to try and mess with. Manipulating your pH levels are not something I would recommend. It's just not, you're going to do more harm than good. Your fish will acclimate unless it's a very sensitive fish. White clouds are certainly not a sensitive fish. Pygmy quarries, again, they can live 6 to 8, but they do like it softer. And so that's what I'm trying to do with these alder cones and these almond leaves that I've just put in. Spent the last 2 days boiling these alder cones and these, not these almond leaves. These almond leaves I only boiled for about 15 minutes, just to get them to sink and to get them a little bit of tannins out of them. And it helps to soften them up a little bit. So anyway, if you see some of my pygmy quarries in here, there's tons of places for them to hide now, particularly underneath this almond leaf right here, and there's more in here, and there's more in this semicircular cave in here with these alder cones in here. These alder cones, I like them. I like the looks of them, but the botanicals in here. But if you're gonna use them, make sure you boil them and boil them and boil them and boil them, because they literally they will make your entire tank just reddish if I had put them in here just and not boiled them. But another reason why I wanted these almond leaves, also known as catappa leaves, is that they're really good for the fish. They have healing properties. Like if this would be a good tank, I had a beta in here. He passed. God rest his soul. But they have healing properties for particularly for fen rot, for generalized infections. Almond leaves are really good for that. They release the tannins. I got most of the tannins out, so but they will stain the water if I didn't, and I did not want the water stained. If I had like green neon tetras and trying to show those off, that might look really good in here, but that's not what I'm going for. But they do have healing properties, along with the generalized infections. They go with antifungals, antibacterial properties in general. It reduces stress. And I need stress reduction in my life, but it reduces stress in the fish. And as we know that whenever there's less stress in the tank, that they're less likely for infection and disease. They also provide hiding places for the quarries themselves and any fry that they might have. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I might get some fry out of some quarries. I'm getting some more pygmy quarries. There's only 5 in here right now. And they've been floating around the tank all day. I've seen them from afar. When I'm up this close, they go and hide. They are very, very, very shy, because maximum they get is 1 inch in length, and generally it's not even that long. So this is a 15-gallon tank, and it can hold quite a few. With only 6 white clouds in here and only 5 pygmy quarries, I've still got some room left, so I'm adding some more. I've got a buddy of mine is manager of a fish store, and he has put some pygmy quarries on order for me, and so they really should be coming in whenever the order comes in. So I'm getting this tank ready for them, for these 5 quarries in here to have their new buddies. Not exactly sure how many I'm getting right now, but we will see. But yeah, it's also going to provide a lot of hiding places for any fry that I might get. the breeding. And also, I think the alder cones and the almond leaves in particular actually help induce breeding. That's also really good for it. So any fry that develop these almond leaves and these alder cones will eventually develop biofilm on them, and that's a great source of food for any fry that may come along. So that's another benefit of those. Pygmy quarries, like I said, they get about maximum 1 inch, and they like it about 72 to 78 degrees. I keep it around, we'll find out. 77 point, what was that? 77.8, 77.6. So I guess I keep it up a little bit on the warm side. But so, yeah, they are adaptable. The 6 white clouds in here are super chill. This flow is very, very strong because of this. Fluval Flex has a very, very strong filter, so it's probably looking a little bit cloudy right now. The pygmy quarries don't particularly like a lot of flow. Particularly, I don't think this crypt likes a lot of flow in here. So let me try to angle this up here and see if you can see. There's 2 output nozzles. And I've angled one against the wall, and I've angled, look at all that stuff in the water column you can see. I guess that's nutrients. I did put some easy green in here earlier. But then the other one is just facing basically directly at us here, This is the edge of the tank is facing directly at us because I don't want it going over here towards this crypt. And I want these pygmy quarries not to get pushed around. They're great at like hovering around the tank, and they look really cool. And these white clouds are so chill that, they will not bother them whatsoever. They don't bother them. Whenever I'm not up close to the tank like this, the pygmy quarries are they dominate the tank. And so when I add more, they will feel even safer. There are some other changes. This fern is not doing great. I love the lava rock, but this fern is not doing great. So I've got some other changes that I'm thinking about. I'm not 100% sure. In some ways, I like this dragonstone, this fake dragonstone, because it is a semicircular cave, and then I've put almond leaves in there and alder cones, so I've kind of make it a little more homey for the pygmy quarries in there, and so in some ways I like it. I saw my tiger narite and my olive narite in here mating, so I'm going to have the white eggs. Hopefully they'll lay it on this fake white dragonstone and instead of this driftwood here or that driftwood back there. So yeah. In fact, I did see them, both of them back in here earlier, up against the wall. It's fake, so of course it looks like it's sharp edge and stuff. It's not. It's all like a fake smooth resin. And I saw both of them mating on that back wall back there. It's too dark. You can't see back in there. But they were back on